Hello everyone, I'm Ben Potter from WhatCulture.com, and it's time for another action-packed edition of Reloaded, the show where we recap the latest developments from WCPW. On today's show, we'll be looking back at perhaps the most memorable episode of Loaded ever as we dealt with the fallout of Delete WCPW that turned up the heat on the entire roster. We'll also have two new matches to showcase. Firstly, El Ligero looks to avenge his internet title loss to Cody Rhodes when he faces the gimmick killer Drake, and we'll see the new WCPW champion Drew Galloway defend his title against the madness and mayhem of Broken Matt Hardy. Stay with us, you don't want to miss this.
Salutations, Marks! WCPW is coming to Liverpool for the first time ever. WCPW is coming to Liverpool for the first time ever. WCPW is coming to Liverpool for the first time ever. And if you needed me to slow that down, WCPW is coming to Liverpool for the first time ever. Yes, that's right, our first show of 2017 is heading to Liverpool Olympia for a fun-filled night with all your favourite WCPW superstars. This all goes down on January the 5th. Yes, I will still be hanging out my arse from New Year's Eve, but yes, 5 days later, WCPW Liverpool Olympia, January the 5th. Be there or be a massive f***ing nerd. There are 4, that is 1 more than 3, 1 less than 5 ticket prices. Unreserved raised floor tickets are 15 ducats. Lower balcony unreserved tickets, they're also 15 ducats. Reserved seat rows 2 to 3, they're 20 to 25 ducats. And VIP prices, they range from £42.50 ducats to 50 ducats. Do you need some convincing to splurge all of those ducats on WCPW? Well, here's what you'll see. Mule, Kirby, Hendry, Coffee, Prospect, Mustache Mountain, Amin and Kid. Also, there's some Rampage and Slater and Moss and many more. Who knows who could show up? Who knows? Just make sure to get your asses over to shop.whatculture.com where you can pick up your tickets now. I've been King Ross, you've been my loyal subjects, now we'll see you soon. Maybe there, maybe not. Depends if I'm hungover or not.
At Delete WCPW, some unfortunate travel issues prevented fan favourite Alberto El Patron from attending the event, leaving Johnny Mundo without an opponent. But now we can reveal that on this week's Loaded, the originally scheduled match between the Lucha Underground champion and El Patron will go ahead. That's right, it's El Patron versus Mundo live and in living colour this Saturday from 8 p.m. GMT. It's aerial artistry meeting a hard-nosed approach. The contrast between these men couldn't be clearer, and that only builds anticipation as to what might happen when they set foot in the same ring. Both have wrestled on the grandest stage their industry can provide, and that continues as one of WCPW's most flashy stars meets one of the roster's best pure fighters. It could very easily steal the show. Of course, this isn't the only big challenge Alberto El Patron will have to face in WCPW. As you may already know, El Patron will battle the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle at True Destiny on February the 12th. For now though, Patron will have to worry about whether or not he's going to have to pull into Moonlight Drive on this week's episode of Loaded. Last week on Loaded, Rampage met Primate in a brutal, no-holds-barred encounter. Using steel chairs, tables, wrenches, and even screwdrivers, the violent pair took each other to a new level of pain in only the second match of their best-of-7 series. Watching from ringside, James R. Kennedy, the so-called esteemed vocal representative of Primate, looked positively sick to his stomach when watching the two beasts leave nothing behind in attempts to tear one another limb from limb. James R. Kennedy promised his beast would put Rampage through a trial for the ages during this series, but this match's brutality went beyond even his expectations. In the end, Rampage somehow put a stop to the immortal monster after a crushing piledriver onto an unforgiving steel chair, but James R. Kennedy has already indicated that Primate wants more. Much like the Terminator from the hit film Terminator 3: Rise of the Machines, Primate will not stop until Rampage has been eradicated. Now, we can reveal that the two monsters will square off on January the 5th in Liverpool in the third of their stipulation matches. Just what devilish stipulation will James R. Kennedy come up with this time? With the trials of Rampage taking up so much of Kennedy's time, it's interesting to note that he's been strangely absent from the rest of his fraternity's corner. Prospects Alex Gracie and Lucas Archer have had to compete without Kennedy by their side, and the understandably frustrated pair confronted their boss over his absence on last week's Loaded. Largely ignoring the team's request for more focus, Kennedy then absurdly pretended to be on the phone. We could see you were on Twitter, James, and walked away from Gracie and Archer. Looking disconsolate, the prospect pair will have to get their minds back on business very quickly, as they have a huge match scheduled for Loaded when they face off against both Mustache Mountain and the Coffee Brothers. One thing's for sure, the winners of this will be able to stake a claim for a future shot at the WCPW tag team titles somewhere down the road. Moss and Slater, be warned.
Hello there everyone, this is your local hero Joe Hendry with a special announcement about WCPW. And no, it is not that I will be playing the PlayStation. It is that we are coming to Edinburgh, making me the true local hero. Look at my sparkly jacket. Isn't it lovely? All of your favourites from the roster will be there at the Meadowbank Sports Centre on January the 29th. Isn't my sparkly jacket lovely? Well, local hero, you're probably asking yourself, what will you see if you buy a ticket to this prestigious event? Well, let me tell you, you will see an episode of Loaded.
Here's a WTF moment for you! No discernible talent of my own, I'll just jump back and forth and shout and make fun of people that actually do have talent because I can't do fudging anything. I sit behind a desk, me, and do nothing, but I've got more followers than Joe Hendry. What the fudge? Is what I would say if I cared about your opinion. But the fact is, WCPW will be live in Edinburgh January 29th at Meadowbank Sports Centre, and you will be seeing the local hero Joe Hendry. You will be seeing Joe Hendry following King Ross right here in this video.
Be awesome.
And you will see all of your favourite roster members.
Mom!
Myself.
Mom! Mom!
And speaking of Prospect, it's time to see how another member of the group fared in our first exclusive match on today's Reloaded.
Fresh off losing the internet title at Delete WCPW, returns to action here on Loaded. Ligero with an incredible contest. The opening bout of Delete WCPW against Cody Rhodes. It was title for title. Rhodes put his Global Force Wrestling Next Gen title on the line as well. So the stakes were high, but ultimately El Ligero left empty-handed. Rhodes leaving with 2 championship belts. So Ligero with a job on his hands here. It is imperative to the Mexican sensation that he gets back on track.
Well, that match against Cody Rhodes was truly incredible, Dave. Not only did it get the respect of a sold-out crowd in Nottingham, but it got the unmitigated respect of Cody Rhodes. Unbelievable. But Dave, respect doesn't give you guaranteed championship title reigns, and unfortunately for Ligero, he's ended at Delete WCPW.
You're a former champion. I'm going to rely on your expertise here since you like to talk about it.
Oh, how many months are we into Loaded? You're finally going to do that.
Well, you've also lost championship.
I mean, I won.
So what do you do? What do you do psychologically to recover after that? Hold that thought.
An after party that lasts for about 8 days. That's how I used to do it.
Great advice. I'm glad I asked. I won't again. Drake, 1/3 of Prospect. Going to take on El Ligero. Hasn't been the best night for Prospect, of course. First team eliminated in that triple threat tag team match just a few moments ago. So El Ligero, if he can capitalise, I should say, on that bad luck that Prospect are having here, could find he can get the win he needs against Drake.
But Drake, I've got to tell you, had possibly the best outing as a singles professional wrestler at the Elite WCPW pre-show against Doug Williams. That proved that without his tag team partners and even without James R. Kennedy, he's got
Ligero with a drop kick. Well, Drake taking his eye off El Ligero. You do so at your peril, as Drake is now finding out.
I think Ligero watched that match with Williams and realised that Drake's a serious competitor. If Ligero wins here, it's going to be a long time before he's back in championship contention.
Ligero with that's a newfound aggression to start this outside of the ring, and maybe he's figured that that's what he needs if he's going to get another shot, a rematch for that internet title.
You ask me as a champion what you do when you lose the belt and you want it back. You get focused and you get angry and you get it quick.
Ligero is the very definition of quick. He's quickly gone to the top rope here. Drake runs, Ligero rolls through, and El Ligero ducks the clothesline. Mexican sensation, a step ahead of Drake. Those kicks, a spinning kick into the midsection, the breadbasket of Drake. El Ligero gets caught into the backbreaker.
Like a rock bottom into a backbreaker. And that's what you need to do in the ring with a Mexican sensation. This guy's so fast, when he sneezes, a snot lands behind him. You need to ground him down very quickly, and a move like that by Drake's going to do it.
Repeatedly going for those early covers is Drake.
Never stand behind him when he's got a cold, Ligero. It's very messy.
Ligero, one of the hardest working men on the British wrestling scene. He's had about 300 matches over that now, I think, this year alone. There's only 365 days in a year, so almost every day of this year, El Ligero been in action. And now Drake trying to slow down that frenetic pace that Ligero sets for himself with a full Nelson.
Ligero comes out of that, breaks it, and big back elbow into the jaw of Drake. Hopefully that big beard acts almost like as a chin crash helmet. Just a theory, I've never tried it. Oh, where's Drake go? Well, look at the agility of Drake. God, he did land half on his feet. Wow.
No one was there, though. No one was there.
Where did that come from?
Ligero bouncing onto the ring apron. Again, that speed of the former internet champion.
Yeah, but emphasis on the word former. That's got to be playing on the mind of the Mexican sensation who scales to the top here in the Newcastle O2 Arena for Loaded. What?
Double foot stomp hits Drake right between the shoulder blades. Ligero. Wow. Innovative offense, facing to the knees for Drake, and the cover gets two only.
And that's the thing with Ligero. You see on that cover, it was all body on body. Arches back, gets the leg. Ligero is a tremendous technician in that ring. Technician, tactician, lucha, British wrestling. The guy does it and knows it all.
Ligero, well, maybe going for that C4L. Instead, though, it's Drake who's got Ligero into the German suplex with the bridge. He's got a 2 count. Did he get 3? No.
I'll tell you what, Drake is showing me something.
Well, Gracie was showing you something earlier, but let's not talk about that.
They're hot prospects.
Drake looking to capitalise. He's taking his time, though. I think he's caught the attention of someone he doesn't like in the crowd. And
well, there's a lot of them in Newcastle.
What do you mean by that?
Just mean people that Drake doesn't like.
Drake leaping over Ligero. They both went for the cross-body, mid-air collision, and both El Ligero and Drake rolling to the outside. Referee got a count on, and don't forget we are moments away from our main event.
I haven't forgot. I've been thinking about it for a whole week.
The match that will determine the future of WCPW.
And the future of Martin Kirby. What would WCPW be without Martin Kirby? It would be like, I don't know. What would it be like? It'd be like text without letters. Just to communicate with emoticons. I mean, I do that most of the time anyway, but...
It's because you can't spell.
I've got spell check.
But it works overtime on your phone. Yeah, Martin Kirby teaming with Broken, Matt Hardy, Say Compachiti Club, 3-on-2 with Kirby and Hardy win, then Kirby is the general manager of WCPW. If they lose, then Kirby's career is over.
Dave, hang on. It's a running.
Oh, for goodness sake. For goodness sake.
It's parallel dimension again. Parallel dimension. Wait.
This is even more confusing than I thought.
That's what I mean.
Hang on. Well, the man I think is El Ligero has El Draco's mask on. Kind of lost perspectiva. This is weird. And Drake, I think that's Drake, has El Ligero's mask. How did that happen?
Oh, Dave, I'm worried that in a minute you're going to become really awesome as a commentator and I'm going to become terrible. What if we switch places? That's
Ligero and Drake both going back under the ring and morphed into each other. One of the more surreal moments in WCPW history.
There are so many things stored under a wrestling ring. Ladders, tables, chairs, and apparently it appears a mask drop as well.
The referee is getting some abuse from our crowd who I think wanted to administer.
Dave, I've just realised the referee's even got a mask on. Steve Linsky looks totally different.
It's not Steve Linsky, is it?
That makes sense.
John Myers. Well, now I think things are back to normal, except that Drake has that ridiculous El Draco mask on. So is this Drake or El Draco now? This is a farce.
I mean, where's Drake gone? That's the question.
Where's Drake? He's in front of you.
No, I mean, there must be a sinkhole under the ring.
A sinkhole that El Draco emerged from.
Or perhaps he was under there doing some maintenance. Mexican maintenance. Oh, look at that.
Mexican maintenance.
Lucha suplex by El Draco.
That was a vertical suplex. What makes it a lucha suplex?
Done by a Mexican.
It's not.
You're on the top. Oh, lucha senton.
Missed it though, and El Ligero, whether it's Drake or El Draco. Hang on. El Ligero is going to unmask El Draco, finally.
The mystery will finally be over, Dave. If this mask comes off, then we'll fight.
Oh my Drake! No way! I've been telling you for months.
No way!
I have been telling you for months.
No, I refuse to believe it. What the? This cut. Everything I've ever believed in is not true.
Oh, ace crusher by Ligero. Will you now accept I was right all along about lost perspectiva?
I don't even accept that I'm alive right now. Is this a dream? Have I died and gone to an alternate reality?
It's a bad dream for Drake, and the dream just got worse. It becomes a nightmare as El Ligero with the cover, and it is over.
My God! What a win by Ligero, and what a shock! El Draco was Drake.
Well, put aside the shenanigans of Drake.
What shenanigans?
AKA El Draco, a fact you are now going to have to accept. Bottom line here, El Ligero back on the winning end of things. He may not be the internet champion for now, but surely on this kind of form, title gold is in the future of the Mexican sensation.
A true fighting champion, Nixon Newell has been tremendous since first winning the WCPW Women's Championship at Stacked in August. On that night, the bubbly Welsh lass was fired up to put her most hated enemy, Bea Priestley, in her place and went down in history as the first ever women's champion in WCPW. Time moves quickly in WCPW, and to be a champion means rising up to every challenge put in your way. On this week's Loaded, Newell will do battle with her arch nemesis, Bea Priestley, who now has the extra advantage of the dangerous Pacitti Club to back her up. Boyfriend Will Ospreay, the Swords of Essex, Bully Ray, and general manager Adam Pacitti himself mean Priestley has the numbers advantage over Nixon Newell. Just what will this mean for Nixon's title reign? It should be abundantly clear to everyone by now that the Pacitti Club are ruthless. Adam Pacitti will stop at nothing to keep his troops happy, enabling him to continue his power-mad rule over the rest of WCPW. This could spell disaster for Newell, who could become the latest victim of Pacitti Club's insatiable quest for true dominance over everything in their path. This week, it's Nixon Newell versus Bea Priestley for the WCPW Women's title. The last time these two met was in their last women's standing match at Stacked, which was all-out war. The rules have changed since then though. Priestley now has swaggering confidence and backup, making Newell, perhaps for the first time, the true underdog.
Swinging back and forth, this one, for the Internet title here in WCPW and the GFW Next Gen Championship. Hill still utterly relentless in her pursuit of her rival. Talk about edge of your seat. I keep looking at fans and they are wide-eyed in disbelief at how well Kid is doing here. Primate goes straight after Rampage. He didn't even want the lumberjacks up. One of these two teams will be leaving with those belts around their waist. Are you kidding me? Hold on. Are you kidding me? Did I just imagine? The WCPW World title about to be on the line. Joseph Connors faces his two arch nemesis, Joe Hendry and Drew Galloway. The title in jeopardy like never before.
Even before becoming WCPW champion at Delete WCPW, Drew Galloway was no stranger to sharing how he really felt. Driven by revenge, the Scot was able to vanquish both Joseph Connors, the then champion, and local hero Joe Hendry on the iPay-per-view in a stirring steel cage match to win the gold. On January the 29th, Galloway will hope to still be champion in his nation's capital when WCPW lands in Edinburgh for the very first time. This past week on Loaded, Drew seemed motivated by passionate rants from both Connors and Hendry, agreeing to put his newly won championship on the line in a massive triple threat. So soon after Delete WCPW, could Galloway hope to beat his challengers for a second time? Connors badly wants the WCPW title back in his possession, whereas Joe Hendry knows that he won't have a limitless series of shots at the belt. The conceited Connors and the headstrong Hendry went toe-to-toe with the champion on Loaded. It was extremely close between the talented trio, but it was Galloway who eventually managed to retain his title and come out on top. Pinning Connors, he then ripped the WCPW title away from Joe Hendry's grasp, sending the local hero deeper into a spiral of misery. The title has eluded Hendry for too long now, and he'll be the one hoping to be on top come WCPW's debut in Edinburgh. Don't forget that Hendry is native to that city, meaning the Meadowbank Sports Arena in Scotland's capital will be rocking for his presence. Speaking of Scotland, there's a bit of a theme developing here on Reloaded. Thanks to our friends at British Championship Wrestling, our second exclusive match comes from a recent event in Kilmarnock. BCW were proud to promote the WCPW champion, pitting Drew Galloway against the bizarre aura of broken Matt Hardy. Let's see how it played out.
Considering you are inhibited of this area, I find it appropriate that people will cheer for you. But this is what I do. This championship is on the line, and whenever I come in, this is what I do to championship reigns. I force them to fade away past the violence of this obsolete. It fades away past the violence of this obsolete. It fades away past the violence of this obsolete. Because I must delete the chattering. Because all I do is delete, 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 delete.
You know, that Hardy, the first time I wrestled in this building was 15 years ago. And if you told Drew Galloway one day you'll be defending a title against Matt Hardy in the Killy Grand Hall, I would have thought you were mental, but it's happening right now. defended here. The TNA World title defended here. Whenever I win anything, the World Culture Pro Wrestling title I defend in my homeland every time because I am damn proud to be from Israel. And I have to admit, you and I go way back, and you've got a bit loopy right now, but it entertains the hell out of me. So I'm excited to have the fans of Ayrshire watch us fight here, and for them to shout at the top of their voices, delete, delete. I love it.
Twist of fate!
excitement is palpable in WCPW at the moment as everyone involved in the promotion can't wait for its debut in North America. In Orlando on the 1st of April 2017, the stars of WCPW go international. Unfortunately for two men, there's a very real chance that one of them might not make it there at all. This is a worry staring both Adam Pacitti and Martin Kirby straight in the face. It could be argued that Kirby is the very reason Pacitti decided to form a new Pacitti club, drafting in huge names like Will Ospreay and Bully Ray to stand alongside him. Unable to understand Kirby's growing popularity since WCPW began, Pacitti has started to unravel mentally and start to see Kirby as his arch nemesis. More tyrannical than ever before, the general manager of WCPW has appeared to lose his marbles lately, but he could lose a lot more than that if Kirby has his way on Loaded. Undoubtedly, the most exciting match on the show will be a handicap affair with everything on the line. Although Martin Kirby has broken Matt Hardy on his side, the cult-like hero to WCPW fans doesn't hold the advantage. That goes to Pacitti Club, who'll be represented by the Swords of Essex and Bully Ray in this titanic 3-on-2 brawl. In amongst all that star power and undeniable excitement, it can't be forgotten that one man will lose his job. Provoked by Kirby's mere presence, Adam Pacitti said that he would step down as WCPW GM should his men fail to win. By consequence, Martin Kirby would become the new general manager of What Culture Pro Wrestling. That's unthinkable for Pacitti. He wouldn't be able to comprehend having such endless power ripped away from him in one fell swoop. But at the same time, a huge carrot is being dangled in front of Martin Kirby. Just one win away from becoming the single most powerful man in WCPW, and that has to sound good for the master of the Zoidberg elbow. Still, should Kirby and Hardy lose on this week's Loaded, the bald-headed wonder will be banished from WCPW for good. The stakes are incredibly high for this one, and it's a can't-miss match for sure. By the time Reloaded hits the air again, will we have a brand new WCPW general manager, or will we all be mourning the loss of Martin Kirby? Just who will be the general manager of WCPW when they come to Newcastle, Manchester, and Liverpool in the new year? For that matter, who will end the season finale of Loaded in power? And that's all for me this week. Make sure you check out Delete WCPW on demand on What Culture Extra for just $6.99. And also don't forget to set your alarm for 8 p.m. GMT on Saturday for a brand new episode of Loaded, where the landscape of WCPW could change forever. As always, I've been Ben from WhatCulture.com. You can follow me on Twitter here, and thank you very much for watching.